One of the highlights of the new training center is this, a giant driving track. This track is where firefighters and police officers learn how to make the maneuvers they need to know while driving in an emergency. Stacy Lloyd talked to some Glendale officers who are thrilled to have this practice track in their own West Valley backyard.
Here we go. This is the first time Glendale's ever owned its own track, and we actually have everything that we really wanted. We've got a giant flat track which we can set up and do multiple scenarios with.
This new driver training track is big, 520 feet wide and 760 feet long, and it's busy out there. Between the 4 partner cities, Glendale, Avondale, Peoria, and Surprise, the track is used up to 7 days a week. Today, Glendale police have set up scenarios designed to simulate real situations. Situations officers like Sergeant Rachel Boozman face nearly every day.
It's definitely an adrenaline rush. Part of being a police officer is able to drive fast and control your vehicle, but you know, my heart's definitely pounding.
Even the smell out here is authentic.
They lock up their brakes and we're burning up rubber and it stinks.
Practice makes perfect. When it comes to safe driving, Sergeant Boozman knows that all too well. Defensive techniques like these have helped her on the job in the past.
I can remember exactly where I was, 59th Avenue in Cholla. I was going southbound at 59th Avenue, responding code 3, which is lights and siren, to a call for service. I had a red light and I stopped and I was proceeding through it, and a car came out of nowhere and I had to turn and avoid the car.
Get it up to about 37 miles an hour and then get back. Right. Off the brakes.
Annual driver training at this new track is designed to keep Sergeant Boozman, her coworkers, and citizens safe in Glendale. It may be thrilling, but it's serious business. Glendale police officers must demonstrate proficiency in these drills to remain on the streets. The high-speed brake and evade is a typical drill. You get the speed up to 45 miles per hour and then brake, avoiding anything in the way.
You're driving 45 miles an hour, you've got to be able to utilize your brakes and your steering and maintain control of your vehicle while also missing other vehicles or pedestrians, and then coming to a complete stop before you enter into an intersection.
Officers can't hit any cones in this backing up exercise. Plus, they're not allowed to go any faster than 1 minute 15 seconds and no slower than 1 minute 45 seconds. Glendale police officers spend a lot of time in their vehicles, going to calls, from calls. Basically, it's their office. But they're not just driving. They have a lot of other things going on at the same time.
Boy, this job is definitely about multitasking. While ideally the officers, we want them to be able to have their complete focus on the road at all times, that's virtually impossible.
We're listening to our radios, our police radios, listening for information to come out on hot calls. We're trying to obtain information off of our computer screens on top of driving, and sometimes we have to drive at what we call code 3, high risk.
Glendale police officers say it's terrific being able to train at the new center. For one thing, since it's in Glendale, the location can't be beat.
Before, we used to have to travel outside the city to Phoenix's driving track or go find a large open space. Now we actually have our own facility.
Practicing on the center's new track does indeed make perfect for Sergeant Boozman.
Go left. Very good. Very good. Very good. You got it. You got it.
Yay! Okay, here's something else that's pretty neat about the driving track. There are pumps out here that can be used to spray water out onto this area of the track. It will then simulate what it's like to drive in wet or icy conditions. Plus, the cops aren't the only ones who use this track. Firefighters bring their trucks out here so they can also practice.